When you picture the Sahara Desert, you see an endless, silent ocean of sand, a place of blistering heat and profound emptiness. But what if I told you this image is a lie? That 10,000 years ago, this wasteland was a green savanna, teeming with giraffes and elephants, dotted with massive lakes, and home to a lost civilization of artists? The greatest secret of the Sahara is not what's there now, but what lies buried just beneath the sand. Body of the article. Introduction. The Desert of Lost Worlds. The Sahara is the largest hot desert on the planet, a place so vast and hostile it has shaped the course of human history. We think of it as a timeless, unchanging barrier. But this is a modern illusion. Far from being a static wasteland, the Sahara is a dynamic landscape with a deep, forgotten history of dramatic transformations. To explore its secrets is to travel back in time, uncovering not one, but multiple lost worlds, each buried by the sands of the next. Part 1. The Green Sahara, an African paradise. The most profound secret the Sahara conceals is that it wasn't always a desert. Between roughly 11,000 and 5,000 years ago, during a period known as the African Humid Period, the Sahara was a paradise. This transformation was caused by a subtle cyclical wobble in the Earth's orbit, which shifted West African monsoon patterns further north, bringing life-giving rains to the entire region. Imagine this lost world. The Sahara was a vast savanna of grasslands and acacia trees, much like modern-day Kenya or Botswana. It was crisscrossed by a network of powerful rivers and dotted with enormous freshwater lakes. One of these, Lake Megachad, was a colossal body of water in Central Africa, once larger than all of North America's Great Lakes combined. This lush environment supported a rich ecosystem. The evidence for this is not speculation. It is carved in stone. Across the Sahara, from Algeria to Libya, are thousands of stunningly detailed pieces of prehistoric rock art. The paintings and engravings it cites, like Tassili Nazir, are a ghostly photo album of the Green Sahara. They depict a world teeming with wildlife we would never associate with a desert. Herds of cattle, graceful giraffes, powerful elephants, and even people swimming. These ancient artists, the forgotten civilization of the Green Sahara, left us an undeniable record of the paradise they inhabited. Part 2. The Great Drawing, the Birth of an Empire. This African paradise was not destined to last. Around 5,500 years ago, the same orbital wobble that brought the rains shifted back. The monsoons retreated south, and the Sahara began a relatively rapid transformation back into a desert. Over a period of just a few centuries, the lakes dried up, the rivers vanished, and the grasslands withered into sand. This climate shift triggered one of the most important migrations in human history. The people who had thrived in the Green Sahara were forced to flee the encroaching desert. They moved towards the few remaining reliable water sources, the coastal areas, the isolated mountain oases, and most crucially, a single, magnificent river valley on the desert's eastern edge, the Nile. Many archaeologists now believe that this massive influx of climate refugees from the dying Sahara was the primary catalyst for the rise of pharaonic Egypt. These migrants brought their skills, their social structures, and their desperate need for organization to the banks of the Nile, providing the population boom and the cultural impetus needed to build one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. In this sense, the Sahara didn't just die. Its collapse gave birth to ancient Egypt. Part 3. The Ocean of Sand, Highways of Gold and Salt. As the desert took hold, it became not a barrier, but a connector, an ocean of sand that could be crossed by those who knew its secrets. New civilizations emerged, masters of this new, harsh environment. One of the most mysterious were the Garamantes of modern-day Libya. From around 500 BC to 500 A, they built a powerful kingdom in the heart of the desert. Their secret was a feat of brilliant engineering. They learned to mine the fossil water, the vast aquifers left over from the Green Sahara, period by constructing thousands of miles of underground aqueducts called foggers. This allowed them to build large cities and practice agriculture in a place that received almost no rain. They became so powerful that they challenged the might of the Roman Empire for control of North Africa. Later, in the medieval period, the Sahara became the center of a global economy built on two commodities, gold and salt. Massive camel caravans, some with thousands of animals, would trek for months across the desert. They carried huge slabs of salt, mined from desolate deposits like Tagaza in the north, and traded it in the south for gold from the great West African empires of Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. In this economy, salt was so valuable, it was literally traded for its weight in gold. Cities like Timbuktu and Jen became legendary centers of immense wealth and Islamic scholarship, not because they were on a coast, but because they controlled these trans-Saharan highways of commerce. Part 4. Modern Secrets: What the Sands Still Conceal. Even today, in August 2025, the Sahara is revealing its secrets thanks to modern technology. Satellite archaeology. High-resolution satellite imagery is allowing archaeologists to see beneath the sand. They have been able to map the ancient river courses of the Green Sahara and have discovered the outlines of over 100 fortified settlements of the Garamantes, completely invisible from the ground. Wadi al-Haytham, Whale Valley. Perhaps the most mind-bending secret is hidden in the Egyptian desert. Wadi al-Haytham is a UNESCO World Heritage Site where hundreds of perfectly preserved skeletons of ancient whales have been found. These are not modern whales. They are the 40-million-year-old remains of early whales, like the fearsome, serpent-like Basilosaurus. This valley was once the floor of the ancient Tethys Sea. It is a stark reminder that the Sahara has undergone not one, but multiple, epic transformations over geologic time. Conclusion: the Sahara Desert conceals a history of breathtaking change. It hides a lost green paradise, a world of prehistoric art and giant lakes. It buries the engineering marvels of the Garamantes and the golden legacy of the salt caravans. It even conceals the bones of ancient whales from a time before the desert existed at all. The greatest secret the Sahara guards is that no landscape is permanent. It is a profound lesson in climate change, a story of how a paradise can be lost, and how humanity has perpetually adapted to survive in its wake. The Sahara is not a place of emptiness. It is a landscape of ghosts, a layered library of lost worlds, holding powerful lessons for our own time.